Have you ever stopped to truly consider what you are made of? It is a profound question. We see our hands, our faces, the world around us in its magnificent scale, but the true foundation of all life is something we cannot see with the naked eyes. It is a world of almost unimaginable smallness. Tallest, redwood tree. Smallest insect. Great blue whale. You and I are constructed from tiny fundamental units. These are the building blocks of life itself. They are called cells. They are the quiet, tireless architects working in silent harmony to create the vibrant tapestry of the living world. A single cell is a universe in miniature, a bustling metropolis of activity contained within a microscopic space. To see one, you need the aid of a microscope. Peering through the lens is like looking into another dimension, one teeming with intricate structures and ceaseless motion. Each cell is enclosed by a delicate, flexible boundary called a membrane. This membrane is not a solid wall but a sophisticated gatekeeper. It carefully controls what enters and what leaves. It is a living barrier that is both shield and gateway, essential for maintaining the perfect conditions for life to flourish within. Imagine a single drop of pond water. It may look clear and unassuming, but under magnification, it transforms into a vibrant ecosystem. You might see tiny, single-celled organisms like amoebas gliding gracefully, changing their shape as they move. Or perhaps you will spot a paramecium, covered in tiny hairs called cilia, that beat in perfect rhythm to propel it through the water. These are whole organisms, living their entire lives as just one cell. It is a startling reminder that even at this minuscule scale, life is complex, dynamic, and full of purpose. They hunt, they eat, they reproduce, all within the confines of a single miraculous cell. The sheer number of cells that make up a larger organism is staggering. The average adult human body is an assembly of an estimated 37 trillion cells. That is a number so vast it is difficult to comprehend. Each one of these cells is a living entity, carrying out its specific duties with remarkable precision. There are skin cells forming a protective barrier, nerve cells transmitting thoughts as electrical sparks, muscle cells contracting to allow for movement. It is a collective of trillions of individuals, all working together for the good of the whole. This cooperation is the secret to the complexity and resilience of all higher life forms on our planet. Within the bustling city of the cell, there must be a central command, a seat of government from which all orders originate. In the more complex cells, known as eukaryotic cells, plants, fungi, animals like us, this command center is a prominent structure called the nucleus. The nucleus is itself enclosed in its own double membrane, safeguarding the most precious molecule in all of biology. This molecule is the famous deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. It is the master blueprint, the ultimate instruction manual that contains all the information needed to build and operate the entire organism. The DNA molecule is a thing of elegant beauty and incredible efficiency. It takes the form of a double helix, two long strands twisted around each other like a spiral staircase. The steps of this staircase are made of 4 chemical bases, arranged in a specific sequence. This sequence is a code. It is a language with just 4 letters, yet it is capable of writing the instructions for every protein, every function, every characteristic of a living being. The length of this code is astonishing. If you were to unwind all the DNA from a single human cell, it would stretch out to be about 2 meters long, yet it is all packed into a nucleus that is 1,000 times smaller than a pinhead. This genetic blueprint is what makes you uniquely you. It dictates the color of your eyes, the texture of your hair, and your predisposition to certain traits. It is passed down from one generation to the next, a thread of information connecting us to our parents. When a cell needs to perform a specific task, such as creating a certain protein, it reads the relevant section of the DNA code. It is like a master architect consulting a specific page of the blueprint to instruct the workers on how to build a particular part of the structure. Not all cells have such a sophisticated, enclosed library. The simplest and most ancient forms of life, like bacteria, are known as prokaryotes. Their cells are more rudimentary. They have no nucleus. Their DNA, typically a single circular loop, floats freely within the cell's interior. While simpler, this design is incredibly successful. Bacteria are the most abundant organisms on Earth, thriving in every environment imaginable. Deepest oceans, soil beneath our feet, even within our own bodies. Their simplicity allows them to reproduce with incredible speed, a key to their enduring success on our planet for eons. A single cell, for all its complexity, cannot achieve much on its own when building a large organism. Its true power is unleashed through cooperation. Cells with similar functions group together to form a collective known as a tissue. Think of it as a neighborhood within the cellular city, where all the residents specialize in the same trade. For example, countless individual muscle cells, each one capable of a tiny contraction, join together to form muscle tissue. When they all contract in unison, they generate the force needed to lift an arm, beat a heart, take a step. These tissues then organize themselves into a higher level of structure, the organ. An organ is a collection of different tissues that work together to perform a major function for the body. The heart, for instance, is an organ. It is composed primarily of cardiac muscle tissue, which does the pumping. It also contains nerve tissues to control the heart's rhythm, connective tissues to give it shape and strength, and epithelial tissues to line its chambers. Each tissue plays its vital role, and only by working in precise harmony can the heart successfully pump blood throughout the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every single one of those trillions of cells. This principle of organization extends throughout the entire body, creating systems of breathtaking complexity. Nerve cells, long and thin like living wires, bundle together to form nerves. These nerves in turn form the vast network of the nervous system, with the brain and spinal cord at its center. This system transmits information at incredible speeds. A signal from your brain can travel to your foot in a fraction of a second, a coordinated effort involving billions of individual nerve cells passing the message along in a seamless relay. It is this cellular communication that allows for thought, sensation, memory, and every conscious action we take. Every living cell is a hub of constant activity, and, all this activity requires energy. Without a continuous supply of power, the cellular city would fall silent. Life would cease. The ultimate source of most energy on Earth is the sun. Plant cells can capture this solar power directly. They contain organelles called chloroplasts. Narrator. Animal cells cannot do this. We obtain energy by consuming other living things, plants and other animals that have eaten plants. Narrator. The food we eat is broken down into energy-rich molecules delivered to our cells. Narrator. Inside each cell, tiny bean-shaped mitochondria. The mitochondria, the cell's powerhouses. Narrator. Complex chemical reactions inside mitochondria break down sugar molecules, using oxygen to release large amounts of energy. Narrator. Cellular respiration. Why we must breathe every moment of our lives. Narrator. The energy produced powers everything. Fuels muscle contraction, powers nerve firing, drives synthesis of new molecules, powers cell division. Narrator. Cells are not immortal. They age, they get damaged, they die. Narrator. To grow, to heal, to maintain, cells must copy themselves. First, the cell duplicates its entire DNA blueprint. Then, the cell divides into two. Each daughter cell gets a complete set of instructions. Narrator. This cycle of death and renewal is happening within you right now. Narrator. Millions of your cells are dying. Millions of new ones are being born. The cells lining your stomach last only a few days before replacement. Your skin constantly sheds its outer layer as new cells push up from below. Narrator. This constant turnover is essential for healing a wound, for a child to grow, for maintaining a healthy body. Narrator. A quiet, continuous process of self-repair and regeneration at the cellular level that keeps the body community enduring. Narrator. The study of cells, known as cell biology, is one of the most exciting and important frontiers in all of science. Narrator. For centuries, our knowledge was limited by what we could see. The invention of the microscope opened the first window into this hidden world. Narrator. Revealing a universe no one had ever suspected. Narrator. Today, scientists wield technologies of incredible power. Electron microscopes reveal intricate internal machinery. Fluorescent markers let us watch proteins move in real time. Narrator. This deeper understanding has revolutionized medicine. Cancer is uncontrolled cell division. By studying growth signals, we develop targeted therapies. Narrator. Understanding bacterial cells led to antibiotics that save lives. Comparing cells across species traces our evolutionary tree. Mitochondria are our cellular powerhouses. They were likely once free-living bacteria engulfed by another cell, an ancient symbiosis. You carry the descendants of those bacteria in every cell. Next time you look at your hand or at a leaf on a tree, remember you're seeing a cooperative assembly of trillions of lives. Each cell is a microscopic wonder, a self-contained world that moves, communicates, and works. Architects of form, engines of energy, keepers of the ancient code of life. To understand the cell is to begin to understand what it means to be alive. They are the quiet, unassuming, utterly essential foundation of our living planet.